Today, I have 15 Minecraft seeds, and one of them may just be the one you use for your next Minecraft world. Maybe you want a seed with 2 cherry grove circles at spawn, or a seed to get a whole lot of starter loot, maybe a stunning jungle to explore, or even some cool structure combinations. Let's just go ahead and find out if one of the seeds I show today is perfect for your next world. I decided to find this seed because this comment said they always love mountain circles. You know, I always love the look of mountain circles too. They're some of my favorite types of seeds to do searches for. And in this one, we spawn right outside the mountains, and going in the middle, we can find a plains village here. It's a pretty big village, with some of it going up the mountainside. And we also get a woodland mansion here too, and it generates in a pretty big pale garden biome, which is always cool. Underneath the village, you'll be able to find an ancient city all the way towards the bottom of the world. Just a great place to work towards taking on. Of course, it's worth reminding you that I play on Java Edition. Seeds on Java Edition and Bedrock Edition have the same terrain, but structures like the village and mansion do not generate in the same places between versions, so you likely won't have them in Bedrock Edition. The tall jagged peaks forming the ring here look really awesome, and I like this dripstone cave here. And this all gets even better when you realize there's a small Frozen Peaks mountain circle nearby too. Just such an awesome Minecraft seed. This Minecraft seed has 2 cherry grove circles that spawn. The smaller one is the closest to spawn, has this cave thing in the middle and a ruined portal too. And then we get this bigger one here. This one has a pretty big lake down in the middle. There's not much else to say aside from that this is just a really awesome seed here, but I do want to ask, what are you going to build in the cherry grove areas? If you like this seed, stay tuned because later in the video I have one of my favorite cherry grove circle seeds I have ever found. I always like when shipwrecks generate like this, just like split between 2 different types of ships. This one here is mostly this jungle wood and dark wood, but this little section is made up of oak and spruce wood, and the buried section is made up of spruce and dark oak. This also happens to be one of my favorite shipwreck village seeds. We get just a small village, but that's why I really like it. With the blacksmith and shipwreck, it makes for a great starter seed with some help, but not completely overpowered. Plus, the plains here is perfect for building a starter base, and you get lots of building materials with the forest, jungle, and savanna biomes nearby. You can always work towards getting over to the windswept savanna in the distance too. It's just a great Minecraft seed, especially with the shipwreck here. This little Badlands circle type area here looks pretty cool. If you're wondering how I found it, I will have a tutorial for my channel members. Go ahead and click the join button to become a member and get access to some exclusive perks. You spawn here in a bamboo jungle biome, and just nearby is a desert, and then the Badlands too. I always like when terrain generates with those high cliff-like elevated areas. And in the middle of this one, we get lots of red sand, a little pond, and some azalea trees which indicate lush caves underground. We also get some lush cave openings on the side of the elevated areas too. We get a village just outside of that Badlands area and a buried desert temple here too. Overall, I'd say that's a pretty awesome Minecraft seed. Somebody asked if they could get a seed with a witch hut, mansion, and taiga village. At spawn in this seed, you'll quickly see lots of trees, the mansion, and some windswept terrain. Just over east, you can find the taiga village. The buildings generate up near the mansion. The witch hut is right on the edge of the swamp and dark forest. It's really close to the entrance of the woodland mansion. Inside the mansion, I found 2 of these rooms with loot at the end on the first floor, an arena room on the second floor with a bit more loot, and this hidden obsidian and diamond block room on the top floor. So hopefully that seed works out for what the comment was looking for. And as always, feel free to leave a comment with a request for a seed you'd like to see and maybe I'll find it. This little meadow circle seed looks pretty interesting. The world spawn is actually right in the middle of it, kind of a great natural spot for a little base area. There are also 3 villages that generate up on top of the meadow too. We get this first one here, as a ruined portal here too. Then we get the second one here. This is the only one with even a little bit going down into the middle plains area. And then we get the 3rd village here. Some of the terrain here looks pretty crazy. So yeah, I think this is a pretty unique place to spawn into a new world. Let me know what you would build here at spawn. This all looks pretty crazy. You spawn into the world here in the Badlands, and the hilly terrain causes these tall cliffs to form. This small desert generates a village here with some of the buildings at the top of the cliffs, and it continues down all the way down to the ocean with buildings and other pieces of village on the water. But I personally really like the mine shaft that generates here. It just looks really cool. So yeah, like I said, this all just looks pretty crazy. A witch apparently decided to take up residence on top of a woodland mansion. Not quite sure why they would pick this spot specifically when they could have just rented a room or something, but this works, I guess. And it definitely looks really unique. They've got their own little penthouse up here now. Around spawn, you can see some spots of windswept terrain, including some floating islands, which is pretty cool. And inside the mansion, I found this room on the first floor with loot at the end, and this obsidian and diamond block room on the top floor. But yeah, that witch hut on top of the mansion is pretty interesting looking. If you want a place to easily see all of the coordinates for things I've shown in this video, go ahead and check out my blog. I'll have a compilation of seed coordinates and information with screenshots. Just click the link in the description or on the pinned comment. I don't do a lot of seed searches for jungle seeds, but I have to say, there is some genuinely stunning jungle terrain in Minecraft. This one has these stony peaks overlooking a lake here with the jungle temple lakeside. There's some cliff type areas around the lake, and really this whole area just looks incredible. The jungle borders a forest biome with some stony peaks nearby and one tall mountain in the fog. This could just be a great spawn area for some building, and the 2 chests in the temple even give you a bit of loot to start off. Let me know what types of jungle seeds I should look for in the future. This comment asked if I could find a seed that is really good for gearing up in hardcore mode. This seed here has a village at spawn with 3 blacksmiths. Going into the blacksmiths to collect the loot, I found all of this, and you're really only a chestplate away from being ready. To the northeast, you can find another village, but I actually want to go to this 3rd village to the west. There are 2 more blacksmiths here, and you finish your first set of iron armor and get a 2nd full set, and you're actually well on your way to getting 4 sets. If you're looking to get some decent iron gear to start your hardcore world, give this seed a chance. This mountain circle seed looks really awesome. The spawn is right in the middle here, and this whole area is surrounded by jagged peaks. Let me tell you, some of them are really high up in the sky. The middle area is about half forest biome here and half taiga biome where we can find a village. I always love the look of taiga villages, they just feel so alive with like the campfires and stuff. But yeah man, this is just such a cool place to spawn into a new Minecraft world. I found this skeleton spawner connected to a stronghold. You spawn into the seed right in a village, just a nice little oceanside village. Underneath the nearby forest biome, you'll be able to find a trial chamber. Always a nice place to progress towards exploring. And right next to that, you can find the Stronghold. As always, I'll give you the coordinates to the portal room, but the spawner opening right up to the library is my favorite thing about this one. This was just such a cool thing to find when exploring. This is one of my favorite Cliffside mansion seeds I've ever found, but it's not necessarily because of the mansion. I mean, we get the cliffs, the tall mansion, and even a bit of lush cave on the cliffside. It looks great. But I like this one because there's a jungle temple right next to it in a bamboo jungle. It's just awesome having it so close to the mansion. And there's a ruined portal over here too. I always like the look of the jungle type of these. I just think this is a really cool place to spawn into a new world. I do a lot of searches for lake village seeds, so I decided to see how other structures look on lakes too. Obviously in this case I found a Pillager Outpost lake. You look right over the lake when you spawn into the seed on an elevated meadow. It's not quite as cool as a village lake, but I do like it a lot. This outpost has a bunch of tents, a couple golem cages, some logs, and the loot at the top of the tower, of course. There's also a hillside village over here near the lake that you could eventually work to protect if the pillagers ever make their way across the lake. Yeah, I'd say a Pillager Outpost lake is pretty cool overall. What other structures would you like me to find on a lake? I find a lot of Minecraft cherry grove circle seeds, and this one is definitely one of my favorites. You spawn into the world in a taiga biome, and there's a big crater thing nearby. Going through the nearby forest and then the plains will bring you to the cherry grove. Depending on the path you take, you may find yourself at this hillside village. I like how some of the buildings are kind of tucked into the terrain. And there's another hillside village nearby too. Having a blacksmith here is great, and the terrain here looks pretty crazy too. The lake in the middle of the cherry grove area is pretty big. You could include it in a build or build around it like a lake town or something. And I should mention that the whole area down here looks really awesome with the cherry grove elevated around too. I'm just always a big fan of the cherry grove circle terrain like this. It just looks awesome. You may just find another seed like this in one of the videos on screen now. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.